Hello YouTube, Canadian Edge here, and I have another knife for us to look at today. This knife is the CJRB Feldspar Small. There's two different versions of this. You can get the larger one and the small. This one is the smaller of the two. And it has a blade length of 3 inches. Open it is 7 inches and closed it is 4 inches. The steel on this, it is a D2 drop point with a weight of 2.82 ounces. The handle on it, it is a G10, supposed to be a jade looking handle with the stainless steel liners, and they are milled just to get rid of a little weight. See if I can get this so you can see it, and kind of you can see there that it has a little bit of milling on there. The pocket clip on this, it is a reversible and countersunk and tip up and deep carry. It is thumb stud opening, so that makes it ambidextrous with the pocket clip and the thumb stud to open that. So it has the dual thumb stud on it. It is a liner lock. And you got a bit of a choil there that, if you're careful, you could use as a finger choil. It's more of a sharpening choil. But if you really wanted to, you could put a finger there for closer controlled work, but mostly for sharpening. And it does have a lanyard hole for those of you who want lanyards. And in the pivot, you have a ceramic ball bearings, so they make for a good deployment and executes well right out of the box. It worked pretty decent. It's not quite as smooth as some of the knives that I've had, like the Kubis and the Civivis and that, but it still works really well. I put a little bit of pivot lube on there, and it works great now. You can see it not quite drop close, but it doesn't take a lot to close it. So I just need a little bit of working in and a little bit of pivot lube to loosen that up, and works great. You can see the blade does line up down the middle there, if I get it so you can see it. And there is no blade play. It sits in there nice and solid, up and down, side to side, which is nice. Like that in a knife. And these are reasonably priced. What was this one? 55, I think. House of Knives. So, size-wise, we got the Ontario Rat 2. So, pretty close to the same size. Yeah, pretty much. And the Benchmade Bug Out, which I just messed up opening. Embarrassing. Gosh. Call yourself a knife guy, you can't even open a knife. It is slightly longer than the Feldspar, and a couple more here. We'll grab the Tenacious. Oh, look at that. I better be able to open this Cogent, otherwise I'm on the losing end here. And the Cogent. So those two have a bit of size on the Feldspar. So you can see it is a little bit smaller knife, and that works well if you're out and about, you know, out to dinner and stuff like that. It isn't quite as intimidating of a knife, and just looks a little better, fits in pockets a little better, being a smaller knife. Sharp wise, what does this do? So that D2 steel, you can see it has a pretty decent edge on it. Cuts rather well, at least through paper. So if your newspaper, if anybody still reads a newspaper, most people online, you can trim up your newspaper. It does have a bit of a belly going up, so I don't know if this is going to ride up. Yeah, it wants to ride up. But if you pull straight back, it goes through there pretty easily. And how about through the nylon cording? Fell apart. Oh, I could have cut this a little longer. Okay. See how this cord does? Yeah, same thing. It just kind of melts through there, so falls through good. So I saw this knife in the store and thought, yeah, it's a pretty good looking knife. I like the jade look on these knives. Well, on most knives, I like the jade look. It's a good look. But I like how CJRB is kind of accessorized with the gold pivot cap on both sides. I think that's smart looking. Really like that. Gives it a really nice look. And it has a nice profile to it. The handle's good. It's a good blend of size, you know, blade versus the handle. And it feels good in the hand, which is nice. It's comfortable in your hand. The ergonomics on it are really good. It would be a good slicer if you had to slice up a few things. I've used it now to open a few packages, and it works really smooth in the packages, opening them up. And I like to, they have the easy access to the liner lock, so you're not fighting to get to the liner lock. You can get there quite well. And one of the things that I am so excited about, if you watched any of my videos, the pocket clip, the screws and the mount is flush. They countersunk it on both sides so that it sits in there flush to reduce the wear and tear on your pocket. Good on you, CJRB. However, I am not crazy about this style of pocket clip. It does stick up quite a bit from the knife, and you do notice it in your hand when you are holding the knife. If you were doing a lot of work with this, I'm sure that would be a hot spot. So I would prefer a flatter pocket clip. Don't really like, I don't know what they call that, the goose bill type thing. I don't like the way it comes up there. It's not the most comfortable on your hand. The knife itself feels good in the hand. It's just that pocket clip. If it was a flatter pocket clip, it would be more comfortable. And it is a little thicker than some of the knives. And because of the pocket clip, it seems to sit a little bulkier in your pocket. Although not bad. It's not horrible by any stretch of the imagination. It just, for some reason, feels slightly bulkier than some of the knives that I do carry. So there is that, but it's not bad bulky. It's not like you put your hand in your pocket and go, oh gosh, why am I carrying this thing? But it is a nice knife. I really like it so far, and this will probably be one that I add to my daily roster of different EDCs that I carry throughout the week. It works well, deploys nicely, closes nicely. Like I say, fits the hand good. Obviously, if you have a bigger hand, you're going to notice this. You might want to go for the larger version, just to give you that extra handle so that your hand fits. But for a medium or a small hand, this works really well and fits good, and it's comfortable in your hand for the most part. So yes, I enjoy this knife so far, using it, and the different things. And the D2 seems to have a good edge on it. And if it's like most of the D2, it will hold the edge for longer, and won't have to worry about sharpening it too soon. But mostly I just liked the look of the profile on it. Really liked the accent there. Like I say, the gold on the jade. I thought it looked really smart, and just a smart looking knife. This is the kind of knife you could take if you're out for dinner or at a wedding or something like that, and it would accent your outfit so that you look a little fancier. But and it would function as a everyday carry knife as well, so that it is appropriate for that as well. So if you're looking for a decent budget knife that seems to be well built and works well, you might want to check out the CJRB lineup. They have a variety of different knives that they offer, and again, this is the CJRB Feldspar. All right, thank you for joining me on this review. Hope it was beneficial to you. I'll be doing another review in a couple days. Watch for that. Hit the like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I will get back to you, and appreciate y'all. And thanks for watching. All right, stay safe and stay sharp.